You know, for a second, I thought he was being sincere. For a second, I thought he was being sincere. What a colossal knob jockey. Now, I'm not one to kink shame, okay? Whatever floats your boat. But this is making me uncomfortable. This is making me feel, ugh. You know what I mean? Welcome back, everybody, to some more Danganronpa 2. Let's see what Miss Sonia has to say about, well, any of this little... I feel like Kazuichi is literally in front of us having a breakdown. This whole trial, I feel he's become more and more unhinged as it's gone on. And whoever's come up with this plan, by the way, is this is clever stuff. It's really convoluted. We're finally starting to piece some of it together. But whoever's done this, it has got to be quite intelligent, which is why it's definitely not Kazuichi.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Oh, she's not playing along. She's not playing along.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
Yes, he does, Fuyuhiko. Yes, he does.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
Yeah, and I think he must have hit his head on one of the pillars, which caused it to fall over.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too.
I've already figured that out, Nagito. I'm way ahead of everybody. Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I could think of that happened to him was... he ran out of battery. Cola came out of his eyes. That would have been interesting if that had happened and it had maybe, like, disguised some of the oil on the floor. That would have been cool, but no, he collided with the pillar.
I see! When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
That is abso-fruitly it.
Finally, the pillar!
Yes, the pillar.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Does it explain why there's pillar fragments? And yes, I think it does.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, it wasn't though, was it? It was... I mean... I guess, because like, say if there's a knife on the wall, right, and you push someone into that knife and kill them, not that I would do that. That's the weapon, right? Or is it the force that you... I mean, you know, the knife was just sitting there. He was just chilling. Is it any... is it the knife's fault that it was just there? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
Probably coincidence. I don't think you could safely plan that. Even if you thought it was a possibility, there's no way of guaranteeing that would happen. Because he could fall in any sort of way. He'd fall in the same general direction, I suppose. But, yeah, I don't think you could plan that out.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
It is. We still don't really know who it could be. We've kind of established what's happened now, which is nice.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
I love that, baby gangster.
Stop calling me baby gangster!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Okay.
Nah, that's impossible.
Why?
Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, so did I.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
Huh. So he wouldn't have been awake at that point, and he would have still been dangling. Although, again, the doorknob was broken. So I think maybe it just broke from his weight, because, I mean, how strong can a doorknob really be? I don't think that's probably the answer. There's something else they're about to reveal here. But I got to admit, I'm not actually sure what it is.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed.
Why did you have to word it that way? Why did you have to... Why? Why did you have to say it like that?
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
And we know that his alarm can't be wrong. So, like, his clock can't be wrong. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. Yeah, I'd actually kind of forgotten what time it was that we discovered him. Because it's been so long ago. I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Oh boy. Here we go. First argument of the video. Good night button. I mean, the wall clock hasn't come into play yet, has it?
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
Oh, wait.
was set for 7:30
Oh,
a.m.
wait. I think I know what's happened.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
An illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering.
Yes, I think they've tampered with the
Probably
wall
messed with the
clocks.
clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, you can't do that.
That's gotta be it.
No. Speaking of chest, no, they've tampered with the clocks in the houses to make us think that it's earlier than it actually is. I think that's got to be it. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30, but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Because there's no way of us really knowing what time it is if we don't look at the wall clocks, and they could be tampered with very easily. Need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction. Right, so
We headed for Grape Tower.
it's not the good night button. It's probably the wall
I am
clock.
certain.
Let me just check what it says for the wall clock. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of the wall clock. Oh. Yeah. That was going off at 5:30. The alarm, wall clock in the lounge, Strawberry House's second floor started going off. Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm. Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound, however, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it. I'm trying to... Because my argument is, well, the wall clock was wrong. But that doesn't really prove that it was. Let's have a look at Fuyuhiko's account again. Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking towards the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Again, I don't really think that's actually... Maybe the argument is we use the radio clock to argue that it can't have been tampered with. Maybe that's what it is? Yeah, can't be tampered with. Not even to set the time. So, I think maybe that's what we use against what Akane said.
The alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
Maybe.
was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time
Apparently
of
so.
death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an
An
illusion.
illusion!
The
Right.
killer probably did some tampering.
Here we go, here we go.
They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. Yeah, I was getting ahead of
The
myself.
clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
Yeah, I'm sometimes I forget that we haven't addressed certain points. I just remember that the radio clock wasn't tamperable, so I just assume everyone else knows that. But no, we had to be like, no, you can't tweak that. That is completely impossible.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Not that clock, Akane. Not that clock.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
Uh-huh.
The clock inside Grape House?
Maybe. And also maybe the one in Strawberry House. Because didn't Nagito ask... Did he ask Fuyuhiko to check the times on the clocks?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
Oh my god.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
They've both been tampered with. Both house clocks have been tampered with.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
I mean, again, why do you have to put it like that? No,
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Yeah, no, the whole thing with, oh, the radio clock can't be tampered with. Says nothing about the wall clocks. It's got to be that. They've just tampered with both of them. Which, again, I mean, it could still be just one person going between, I mean, because the killer has access to move freely between the two houses, so it could be a solo job. I'm still a little bit, like, maybe Sonya and Gundam teamed up on this one. But, yeah, that's the only logical explanation I can think of.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I love that. I love that art of him.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Why dog food? Why dog food specifically? The time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt these testimonies. I should doubt the clock. It's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to the mystery. Is it going to be another Hangman's Gambit? No, it's another logic dive. Holy shit. Okay. What are the controls again? What are the controls again? Oops. Oops. Right. Whoa. That was a close one. Whoa, sick. Do 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 do. Come on, where's the first? Right, here we go. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building. Who the killer is? Wait, there's. Oh my god, there's. No. Ah, shit. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue. Dabba dee dabba die. That's a tune. Right, it's got to be blue. Yep. We've not had the rhythm minigame yet, have we? I've not done too bad on that one the past couple of times, I feel like, but knowing my luck, I'll have completely forgotten how to do it. Am I supposed to jump across to that one? Oh my god, I am, aren't I? Dude. Oh, things are getting crazy now. Things are getting fuck's sake. Sorry, I got 3 minutes. Got 3 minutes. Don't really need to rush, do I? Really. It's just... It's fun going fast. Gotta go fast. There we go. And then to the left. To the left. Sweet. Second question. Which clock was tampered with? Both. 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 The building's clocks. Oh, no, then it'll be red. The building's clocks. It's not, yeah, the Neko's wasn't tampered with. I nearly got confused by that one then. I nearly fell for that. Whoa! 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 Right. Last one. No, it's not last one yet. I bet I've gone on the wrong one, haven't I? Maybe not. How on earth did you get to that one up there? Right, question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. Both of them. Okay. Are we gonna be done? Did we do it? Yes! Smashed it. It's weird that they added a third option though that we never actually needed.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Some of it, anyway.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
Mm-hmm. I mean, If Neko's clock is truly the most accurate clock that ever did clocked, then anything that doesn't line up with the time on that is wrong.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
Yep.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
You know that, Nagito. Stop being like, oh, that's what happened. Gee.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
Nope.
This is truly fantastic!
Uh-huh.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
Probably about half an hour. She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. Oh. Yeah. It's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Here we go again. Would it be half an hour? I'm not sure.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
Yeah.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Oh no, they've added a blue
It would
one.
have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
We didn't hear a scream, did we?
He's not the type to let out a scream.
We heard a rumble
Only
though.
Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough. We would have heard it too.
Yeah, it's definitely
There's
the thing
no
that...
point in saying
I think it's Akane's account.
If does not exist in this world.
Yeah, because she heard the rumble. How much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out? It must be... Must be about... I'm thinking it's like half an hour, but I could be wrong. I'm only going off the difference between the time we thought it was and the time that Neko died. But I suppose there could be...
And the building was all messed up.
Right, hang on. Akane's account, let's read. Let's read. Apparently Akane heard a rumbling noise at around 5:30. Oh, wait. So if that's actually when he died, if that was actually 7:30... Oh shit, then maybe it's like 2 hours. Because if that is when he dies... Because the rumble has to be the pillar falling over. Yeah. Yeah, so she thought if it was about 5:30... Yeah, okay. Okay. Which would also explain why there was an alarm on the clocks at 5:30. Because that would have lined up with Neko's alarm. So the killer would know when it would happen? Or something? There must be a reason why they did that. But Fuyuhiko was awake about half an hour before the clock's alarm went off, right? Okay, I think I get it. I think it's 2 hours. Let's see what we shoot, though. I think it is Akane's account.
Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The time of death was
The problem is,
7:30.
what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Yeah.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Akane's account.
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I mean, don't
It would
I...
have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
See, I'm thinking, do I have to grab one of
He's not
those
the
to
type
fire
let out
at
a scream.
7:30?
Only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough. We would have heard it too.
I feel like I'm gonna be stuck on this one for a little bit because I know what I want to say, but it's like how does the game want me to say
does
it?
not exist in this world.
I think maybe I shoot the noise with Akane's account, but that feels like I'm... Well, no, I guess I'm agreeing with it. Right, let's try that. Let's try that.
If the time in the building
Right,
was all
speed up,
messed
speed
up,
up,
then we
speed up,
can
speed up,
only
speed up,
rely
speed
on
up,
time.
speed up.
Are there any clues that can be used to
Sure
narrow
is,
that
Chiaki,
down?
sure is.
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
Yes! I agree, Sonia. If only we heard the sound.
That's
We
right.
did.
We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
I think so.
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
It must have been. Yeah, because I mean, it would make one heck of a freaking ruckus, wouldn't it?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Sonia? What's up?
What is it, Sonia?
Sonia? What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Nagito didn't either, though.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
Yeah, but wouldn't you... I mean, you have to be a damn heavy sleeper.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Oh. I wonder if certain types of room have soundproofing or something.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
Because we must remember, and I hadn't really thought about this, but there was different qualities of room, right? What if one of those types of room had soundproofing? And so, if Sonia and Nagito both slept in the same kind of room, maybe they didn't hear what was going on outside. Maybe. Maybe that's it. That's completely off the cuff, by the way. I have no idea.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Huh? You can tell? I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Right, so we thought it was 5:30, well she did, because the killer had tampered with the clocks, but it was actually 7:30.
Excellent work, Akane!
Yeah! That rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 AM. It's like the answer to how much our time was off is literally right in front of me. It was 2 hours!
I see!
Quick maths.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
Sure was.
2 hours? That much?
It's quite a long time, that, isn't it? That is quite a long time.
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
Nope.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
So that we wouldn't know when things happened and it confused the shit out of us,
The
which it
reason
did.
is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
Ah, because he would be the only... He would be the only one that would know when Monokuma Taichi was. There are only
If you
Nekomaru.
messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Yeah, because he's the only one that knows what time it is. And would he even... If he can just know what time it is, would he even bother looking at the other clocks to know that they've been tampered with?
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Ah, besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing? If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is Monokuma Taichi. Massage time. Monokuma Taichi.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Taichi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
Well, they knew that he wouldn't miss it.
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right?
Very clever. Very clever. But again, it just shows you that Monokuma, behind the scenes, is really putting the pieces out there just for someone to take advantage of. Yes.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We'd all be late.
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to think, how would the killer know to... I suppose if the killer just doesn't sleep, killer would just wait in the tower for Neko to turn up?
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
Yeah, which would actually be 7 a.m.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Mm-hmm.
Too early. He didn't even ask you.
Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time.
Yeah.
But in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
I've never heard that phrase before.
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Stubborn.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru,
Yep.
the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Uh-huh. Do tell.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Oh, really?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
The alarms on the wall clocks.
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's
Yep.
it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I mean, it would be more a case of whoever doesn't have an alibi at 7. Right? Because they'd have to be in the tower to turn off Neko's, push his button, tie him up, and then cause the whole thing to happen.
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
You're talking about Gundam.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Or are you talking about Nagito?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Who's the bastard? Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Oh shit. I don't actually, hang on. I don't actually know. It's not you, Nagito. You didn't come out. I don't remember, I wish I could check. My memory. Gundam? Well, that's only because I kind of suspect that it's been him from the start. Is it Gundam? I feel like I'm about to get this wrong. No, he was there. Was it Nagito? Because he didn't hear the sound.
Crap!
Yeah. Is it Nagito?
You're the only one!
Yeah.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
But it could also... But if Sonya didn't hear it either...
That's right. Nagito wasn't there.
Is this where we're going to learn something about the rooms? Because I feel like Nagito's not just going to string himself up here. I don't think Nagito did it. He can't have done it. He can't have done it.
It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
I think the whole thing is the killer wanted to be around by the time the alarm went off so that it looks like they have an alibi when they actually don't. I think that's what the alarms are for, is to establish an alibi that isn't really necessary or valid, I think.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
Maybe, and also maybe alarms is to kind of put suspicion on some other people, like Nagito and maybe even Sonya. Because they're the only ones that didn't hear it, apparently.
You weren't in your room, were you?
Or was he?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
Oh my god, Nagito, I just want to punch you in the face right now.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
Oh my lord.
If I may be frank,
Hi, Frank.
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the week.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Yeah. I bet that one specific type of room has got some weird soundproofing or something.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me.
I bet that's it. I bet that's it.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I think that could still work. I'm trying to remember how many rooms there were of the certain kind. I think there was two. There were two good rooms, weren't there? I think. One slightly shitty room and then one shitty room. I think. Because there's 4 on each side. Is that right? I'm again, my memory sucks. I don't play this like 5 hours in a row. I take breaks and it's several days usually between recording sessions, but I think that's the case.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but...
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's not going to hear it because they're too deep in sleep, it's Chiaki.
It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the 3 of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
It's the type of room. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise was Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki. The secret is what these 3 have in common. Could it also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh, it's another Hangman's Gambit. Holy shit. Oh, but what could this word be? I don't know. Oh. I don't bloody know what this word could be, because I don't remember the names of the rooms. Shit. I'm just gonna have to trial and error this. I'm just gonna have to try and error. Nope. It's not gonna be X. No, it's not that one. Did I already try E? I feel like I've already tried E. Alright, D. Maybe it's another E? Shit! Del or Del. Maybe it's the L? Or U. Oh, they're giving me... They're not giving me any more E. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Shit. Oh, bollocks. No, it's not you. Try L. Del. I can't even guess what this is. It's not 2. Okay. No, it's not. Deluxe room. Deluxe room. Rooms. Deluxe rooms. That's what it was. We got it. We got it. We got it. Okay, give. Yeah, there we go. Can I still pull this off? It's gonna start getting faster. Give me it. Give. Right, we'll keep the S there. Come on. Right, S. Give me an S. Give me an S. Give me an S. Boom. Deluxe rooms.
I got it.
I'm pretty chuffed that I came to that conclusion before. I mean, we still don't know why.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The 3 of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty glad I've remembered about the room thing. We still don't, again, we don't really know what about the deluxe rooms made it so that they can't hear, but it must be some sort of soundproofing.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Yeah, quality grade, deluxe rooms... Oh, they actually do say that it's soundproof. Now that I did forget. I completely did forget that. Right. There we go. Crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that.
Yay.
Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
You know, for a second, I thought he was being sincere. For a second, I thought he was being sincere. What a colossal knob jockey. Yeah, that would be my my reaction too.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
So it's definitely not Chiaki, Sonia, or Nagito. Well, we knew it wasn't them anyway. We knew it was. Well, no, I did suspect Sonia, so maybe Sonia's off the hook. So it's got to really be someone who could hear the alarm.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
I still feel like we got a ways to go with this, you know. There's a lot of details we need to figure out, as well as who bloody did it. I think it's Gundam. Because I'm trying to think, like, it's not Akane. Akane wouldn't do it to Neko. I also doubt that she would be clever enough to do it. Same with Kazuichi. It only really leaves Gundam. I mean, Fuyuhiko maybe, but again, I don't feel like he would incriminate himself by saying he saw Neko. I hope it's not Fuyuhiko. I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Now do I pick Gundam? It's definitely not Akane. I don't think it's Fuyuhiko. It's not Nagito. It's not Chiaki. It's not. It's. I don't think it can be Sonia now. I mean, no, it's not. It's. I don't think it's Kazuichi. I'm gonna go with Gundam.
You're the only one.
It is Gundam.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
The only problem is I don't really. I mean, I don't have a very good reason for it.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Right.
Why were you able to hear it?
Oh, was he? Oh, was he? He was also in a deluxe room. He was also in a deluxe room.
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room,
Oh,
right?
see, if I remembered that, then I would have been like, yeah, it's definitely Gundam. Right, gotcha.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
Ah.
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it,
Gundam?
Oh dear. If I'm right and it was been Gundam all along, I freaking called it. I didn't again have any evidence, but I freaking called it. I mean, if I was him right now though, I'd just be like, oh well, I just had my door open. That's how I would get out of it.
There was only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time.
Well,
That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
I feel like this is going to very much upset Sonya. If he is indeed, I mean, he's got to be the killer now. There's no one else it could be.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Because Fuyuhiko would have seen him and been like, "What are you doing up? What are you doing up, Gundam?"
Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Yeah, so he had to be busy, like, most of the night. Well, maybe not most of the night, but a good chunk of the night.
like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
Mm-hmm.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower.
Yes.
Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
Yep. Makes sense.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet he's not a big fan of Fuyuhiko.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Yeah. Yeah, so if they had stayed in their room, then he would have had kind of an alibi, the same as Nagito and Sonya did, and Chiaki. And we wouldn't really have been able to disprove. Yeah.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi.
Even though, again, with the whole timing thing, I would have argued, well, they didn't need to be in the room at that point. You know what I mean? To prove that they're, oh, you know what I mean, though. Like, it's, But it would, in my mind, it would have been like, oh, well, if they're in the room. But yeah, all of the stuff happened way before that.
Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
That is some pretty bad luck for Gundam, if that's the case.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
Yeah. So I guess he just thought, well, I might as well just play along, and hope no one thinks of the whole room thing.
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Oh.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Oh, is he gonna play that? Because I was gonna say, these hamsters have not really factored in to any of the cases. Is he gonna now use them as an argument that they have like super animal hearing and they heard the rumble? Is that what he's going with here? Because that's pretty desperate.
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
It's not how science works.
Is that your argument?
That's out of many arguments we've seen from guilty parties in this, that ain't the best one.
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
You perspiring quite a lot there, Gundam.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
And why did you go with the whole hamster thing?
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out.
Hmm.
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
I mean, that's true.
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
I feel like there are still some details we need to iron out, Nagito.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime,
And the fact that he's now really pushing this makes me wonder. It has to have been Gundam.
this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
What do you mean?
Hey! What do you mean a class trial is just the opening act?
What does he mean by that? Oh boy. Here we go.
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce.
Where are you going with this, Nagito?
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Can you develop stomach ulcers by being just bored? Off your tits? I don't know.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
He did.
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
He's not really got much of one.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
You know what would be a thing that Nagito could do? Is mention something that only someone who went through the final dead room would know. And try and trip Gundam up that way, somehow. Because Gundam has to have done that. He has to have gone through the final dead room.
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm all ears, Gundam. All 10 of them.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
That's right, we haven't discussed the hatch. We haven't discussed the hatch.
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
I wonder if he used his hamsters to, like, chew through the wires or something.
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
The thing is, how do we prove that he did the final dead room?
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
It has. It was definitely him. It was definitely him, but how do we prove it?
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
We can, and we will. That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Here we go. Let's see. Don't know. Have to see what they say first.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Nope.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Surely.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House...
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Yes.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Do I need to grab the secret passage? Hang on. Because I would think surely the game should let me use the sudden appearance of Nagito. Yeah. Surely we should bring this up. Because then Nagito can be like, ah, well, you see. Because Nagito could very well just... Oh, he could just tell us here, and he's not doing because he's a dick. But I don't even think... Is that even one of the options it's given us?
Was the only
It's
means
not.
of travel between
Those
the two
bastards.
houses.
Those bastards.
As long as that elevator was broken,
Contact
your
elevator.
assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
Yeah.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House...
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
I don't... It's not accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Secret
How much longer do
passageway.
you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Ah, but what do I... Because if I fire at that... What Akane said, that's like I'm... arguing against it, but that is what we think happened. Well, we know that's what happened. It was a secret passage. But what would I even... If I grabbed that truth bullet, what would I use it on? It's not accomplice. That's not it. Maybe it's the,
That elevator was the only means of travel between
Yeah, okay,
the two
we
houses.
shoot it at that. We shoot it at that. Yep.
As long as
Got
that
it.
elevator was
I think I've got it. I think we use what Akane said.
Your assumption collapses.
I think.
Plus, the elevator
Give it a
was
try.
broken
Speed up,
at
speed up,
Grape
speed up,
House.
speed up,
If
speed
the
up.
killer cannot return to...
Speed up.
Since I was at
Speed up,
Strawberry
speed up.
House, there's no question
Speed up,
that
speed
the
up.
following...
It would have been different if they had
Yep.
an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
There we go.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't
The thing
we
is, how
stop this
would we
already?
know there was a secret passage? That's the thing, right? I forget that Hajime doesn't doesn't know about the hatch. He has no idea about it. Only Nagito does. So... But he also does know that Nagito just appeared in the other house. Right? So really, again, we should be able here to choose Nagito's account and be like, Nagito, didn't you just suddenly appear in the house with no problem without using the elevator? And then he'd be forced to tell us, but we can't choose that for some reason, because the game hates me. Right, I'm gonna try shooting what,
That elevator was the only means of travel between...
We did
No,
it.
that's wrong.
We did it. That was it. That was it. Whew.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the
And
elevator.
this is where it should be like, right, Nagito? Right?
Such a method does not exist!
Afraid it does, bud.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Why don't we? Nagito!
You're the only one!
You're the only one!
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't play dumb now. Don't play dumb now.
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Sure did. Uh-huh.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Come on.
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
You could have totally stolen this thunder, dude. You knew the answer. You were just holding out on everybody.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Okay.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice little perk?
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Yep.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Here we go. This is the rhythm one.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Oh, this is going to be another slashy one. Jesus Christ.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Alright, Gundam banner. There's another rebuttal showdown. Shit. Which one is it? I don't know. Let's see what he says.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say!
Oh, this is
Your
difficult.
decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Alright, we have to go diagonally on those. Okay. His argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. I know. I need to skillfully cut back against those words. I'm trying.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Oh, this is so difficult.
Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your
Shit.
decayed
This is
illusion.
difficult.
Shall I feed you to the
I mean, it does
progeny
give you
of vile
quite a few cuts,
deities?
though. It does give you quite a few cuts. I could probably be a bit more blade hole with it.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could
It's
travel
hard to
through
hit them.
multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Shit.
However, how frail I say!
I'm trying to alternate between them. Oh, this is difficult. Because they're rotating
Shall
as
I feed
well.
you to the progeny of vile deities?
God damn it. It's gonna take several attempts, this, chaps. It's gonna take several attempts.
Even
And then
if
I
the
don't
turbid
even know,
box
like,
doesn't
what I'm
exist,
supposed to do.
You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I
I
say!
could maybe wait on that one.
Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh god, this is the hardest one by far. I didn't get any bloody... I got like one combo there.
Even if the
turbid box let's just wait.
You could travel through multiple planes.
But they disappear so fast.
You use a spacious
None of them like line up.
However, how frail
I mean, the middle one does.
Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to
it's really hard to know which way I'm supposed to like... Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how
I see, I should wait. That middle one, I need to wait.
Decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny
I can't use any more directions, like, it's just... I hate this minigame so much.
Doesn't exist. You could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Wait.
However, how frail I say.
I swear I went left and right then. I swear I went left and right. Oh, this is terrible.
Shall I feed you to the progeny
honestly, I feel like maybe I'd do better if I just mashed.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist,
see, it's like...
you could travel through multiple planes.
Okay.
Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
It goes in a circle.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
So, getting closer, kind of. We're not really, are we? I'm gonna edit this shit down.
Doesn't exist. You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh, I hate this minigame. I know I'm really bad at it, guys. I know.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through
it's quite imprecise with the analog stick. Sometimes you think you're going left and right,
however,
and then it doesn't.
I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Son of a bitch! I ran out of cuts. Oh, I hate this minigame.
Even if the turbid box doesn't
see, I miss. That really doesn't help. Are there any tips I can have on this? Like, yeah, I could use the D-pad actually. I didn't realize I could use the D-pad. Oh, and I can use concentrate as well. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
You use a spacious wormhole.
I'm still messing up with the D-pad.
However, how frail I say.
Right. Okay.
Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Shit. Okay, that was still really bad. But I forgot we can use concentration.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say.
Mom.
Your decayed illusion.
I'm missing too many on the left there.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Son of a bitch. I'm just really bad at this, guys. I'm so sorry.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
So you get more points if you alternate directions.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I ran out of cuts. This is gonna take me the rest of the fucking video. I despise this minigame.
If the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
The annoying thing is some words don't get taken out in one hit, so you move on to the next, and then you're like, oh shit, but I didn't actually kill that one.
Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
So close. I ran out of cuts. You really can't just go willy-nilly, can you?
Even if the
Why is that it missing?
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I hate this minigame so much. I really do. I really hate that minigame so much. I'll just cut to when I've done it. I did it! Ah! No! I wasn't expecting that! Oh, I hate this fucking minigame!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, right, advance.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Yep.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur!
I don't know what we're trying to...
If you don't at least pray to the key which
Shit.
dwells in the light.
Try to provide evidence that the killer went to the Octagon. Is it the wire? I genuinely don't know.
Know the limits of your
What did he say again? Alright, let's just...
You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur!
What's he gonna say?
You don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion.
Allow me to cut through
Okay,
those words.
I just completely trial and errored that.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body.
Oh yeah, well of course, the wire had to have come from the Octagon. I'm just glad that's over. I really despise that minigame. I feel like I maybe got a little more of a handle on it there, because using the D-pad is definitely way easier for me.
The hammer that looked like the weapon and the chain on the door in the tower.
All those goodies.
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
Yeah.
The only place I can think of is the Octagon.
Yep.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
Yep. Oh, he's starting to lose it.
It seems this is the end
Of the video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Next time, we'll see if we can finally pin it on Gundam. I called it. It's got to have been him. We still got a few things to work out, though. Still a few things aren't quite clear in my head. But I think for the most part, I think it's, yeah, we're getting close to the end of this trial. So next time we'll finish it. Thank you for watching, everybody. God, I hate that minigame. I hate that minigame so much.